Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be playing some Belo. Now, before anybody goes harping in the comments, yes, this is not the most optimal build for this deck. Not at all, but I wasn't going for the most optimal build because I've played Betty. I've played Betty a ton. I've played so many versions of Betty, it made my eyes literally bleed. But it doesn't change the fact that this is a really fun deck. It's a lot of gas, very little breaks. You're either gonna make it in the early game or you don't. It's very fast paced. So in case you don't know, I think everybody knows, but Belo activate main once per turn, discard one revolutionary army type card from hand, give up to 3 of your revolutionary army or trigger type characters plus 3,000 power for the turn. So all your small bodies can become at least 5k swingers and get that free swing in on most leaders. It's just really good, but with the fact that you're having a discard, we don't run the stage in this deck, but if you do run the stage, you do run the risk of reducing hand size even faster. You run out of cards really fast, but that's because you're wanting to play a lot of bodies really fast. You want to swing really fast. You want to just completely annihilate your opponent's life as fast as possible. So we have Inazuma here, 3 cost, 1k counter. It's a 4k body, but if a character other than this character has power of 7,000 or more, it gets rush. So pretty much if anything else is established and you use leader ability, this thing's getting rush. And so, and if you play it out before you activate your leader ability and give it the plus 3,000, you've now established a 7k rush body. It's not bad at all. Ivankov can cheat out a character once it has 7,000 or more life once per turn. So it's good at like widening your board. So if you can't play out the Inazuma to give it the power boost before, like play the Inazuma before activating leader ability, you can, and you have an Ivankov established, you can give Ivankov the boost and then play out the Inazuma for that extra swing. Corazon is probably one of the best cards in the deck. So on play, if your leader's revolutionary army, give one of your opponent's leader or character minus 1,000 power for the turn. And then when attacking, if it has 7,000 or more, it does the same thing. So essentially you can bring 6k leaders down to 5k to get those easy swings in. You can bring a 5k leader down to 4k, so when you're swinging with just that base 5k swing, they still have to give you a 2k. Koala is a 2k for the deck, 3,000 power, so with the boost it would become a 6k body if you're boosting from your leader. And if your leader has revolutionary army type, you can give on play, give one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000, which can set things up for the next card, which is Kuma. So Kuma's cool. It's a very small body, 2 cost, 2k power, 1k counters, never dead in hand, but on play KO one of your opponent's characters with the power of 2,000 or less, plus a trigger if your leader is mixed colored, which our leader is. You can play the card for free. So you pop down the koala, pop one of those 5k bodies, you're good to go. Belo is the searcher for the deck. You want to start your first turn with this in hand if possible, and basically just play it down, look at the top 5 cards, and you reveal one Revo army card other than Belo and add it to your hand. Simple searchers, we know what they do. Morley's cool. So no counter, but that's okay because when attacking, if this character has 7,000 or more power, they can't activate blockers. So it's basically unblockable Luffy, but just as Morley, and it has the trigger of you can trash a card, and if your leader's multicolored, play it out. So it's cool whenever you can get it out there. It's not my favorite card, but it is very, very good utility. Lindbergh is just another revolutionary army card. When attacking, if this character has 7k or more power, KO one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less, plus the trigger of you may discard a card if your leader's multicolored, play this card. So easy to get out and cheat out onto the board, and you can pop some of those small weenies, or if you played a koala before you played the Lindbergh, you could pop something that's a little bit bigger, just being able to swing with this guy. I do play 2 crackers. It doesn't come up too much. This is where things become a little bit less optimal with the yellow cards, but they do come in handy from time to time. The cracker is something I'd probably cut some other stuff and just go up to 4 crackers so I see it more, but cracker's cool. We know what cracker is. 1 Katakuri. Usually these games with Betty don't go into the super late game, but occasionally you do have games that can. So I threw this Katakuri in there. It's not exactly what you want to have in there, but it is what it is. Like I said, this deck isn't, this build for this video wasn't supposed to be optimal, like most competitive. You're gonna go to a treasure cup and get you a cereal shanks with it. It was to have fun. This deck build is for fun. So please do not flood the comments with, oh my god, I can't believe you played those ratios. I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did that. Well, if you can't believe it, then don't watch the video. But I do appreciate you checking out the video, even if you made it to that part where I told you to not watch the video, because that means you at least clicked on it. But yes, this is not a competitive deck. This is a fun deck. This is something I went in and had some fun with. We have Beige, 2k counter, pop off life, keep something from swinging. Sanji is a blocker, and it's a body, and it's trigger. So all these yellow cards with trigger can also get the leader ability. So they are the buff from the leader ability. So Sanji can become an 8k body from Belo Betty's ability. Just something to keep in mind. The Brulees are something, even with the fun deck, I would probably cut. I thought it would come up more, but it hasn't. There's been a few times it's kind of been clutch, like hitting it off life, but honestly, you don't see it as often as you'd like. So it just, in this particular deck, you could cut it. It would be fine. The Emporio Tension Hormone is a counter, a 3-cost counter, and up to one of your leaders or characters gets 3,000 power in the battle. So it's a 3k counter, and then you can play a Revolutionary Army with 5,000 or less from your hand. So it's good for widening that board while also blocking off a hit, and you could establish something like a Corazon or an Ivankov, or if they have like a small body that you're worried about them playing out or swinging with, you could play out the Kuma and hit them with that wipe real quick and take away one of their swings for the turn. Like, when you play it, it is worthwhile. So it's just something to keep in mind, that it, even though it's a 3-cost and a lot of times you're tapping out of your Dawn with this deck to go as wide as possible, it does come up from time to time. So yeah, it's not a bad card, and if anything, you can toss it for leader ability. Thunderbolt is Thunderbolt. It's good to have. You hit it off life, it works. You clear out like a blocker law or something, so you'll see that come up in the video. And then El Thor, I just thought it would be cool to have a 4k counter in the deck, but I've figured out there's a reason you don't really see it in this deck. Everything just moves so fast, and like I said earlier, you a lot of times you don't have too much Dawn left at the end of your turn. So El Thor, I have had the trigger come up of KO one of your opponent's characters with cost equal or less to their life total. That has come up and kind of helped out, but in general, you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't play it for a competitive sense, but for the sake of this video and having fun, it came up a little bit. So that is the deck list for the video. This is not the deck list I would run for competitive, but for just a fun little video to get some games out. It worked. Like I said, I tested Betty a ton. That's why I wasn't like too fast on getting a Betty video out or a Sakazuki video out. Those were two decks that I just tested a ton before OP05 even came to English, and was just a little bit burnt out on them. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up now, and we're gonna switch around into the games. Thank you again for checking out the video, and don't forget to subscribe and like. All right, we got Betty versus Enel. We're gonna go first. I like this hand, and then we'll get the Corazon, return, pass. Next turn we play out the Kuma. Yeah. Oh, or do we? Ooh. Actually, I think we just swing 5 twice. I think that's the better move here. Start going ahead and getting that life grind out of them. Let them start playing their trigger roulette. Yep. Which is fine. We have Thunderbolt. We have Corazon. I haven't really played this matchup too much, so all I know is you want to take Enel's life. Just take. 9 into the 2. Interesting. And then 5 into the lead. No? Okay. We will Betty to get Inazuma. I wish I could reduce it low enough, but I can't. So with 4, yeah, we'll just play the Corazon so we can do this. And pass turn. They're at 7 cards in hand. What? Next turn we're at 7. We could play Inazuma. And we can counter out with some stuff. Oh wow. Hard play the Shirahoshi. That tells you that they need stuff in their hand. They're gonna swing 6. We're gonna take. You know what? Actually, we will, because I don't want to have to trash a life. Katakuri's dead at the moment. We can. Oh yeah, because Sanji can get the boost too. So we, yeah, Inazuma, trash Akuma. We'll go this, this. Now we have 8, 8, and 7. I can make leader 7, and I can actually get rid of this Shirahoshi if I wanted to. Kind of want to. Just for protection's sake. Yeah, and then we keep the Betty on field. So well, we'll swing a leader last actually. 8, 8, 7. So we'll swing 8 and reduce you. What wonderful world of triggers are we gonna hit? Okay. Get a 2K counter. Are we? Swing 8. Yep. And then we'll swing. You're at 7, so we'll go 8. So you have to give me at least 3 cards. And then we'll go 6. So you have to give me at least 2 cards. Alright. So we just gotta live. I think we protect the Corazon if we can. I mean, even now they're still at 5 cards in hand, so or 4 cards in hand. Might as well be 5 because once you hit their life, they're gonna get that one and then just. Well, no, that's still 4. I don't know what I'm talking about. 7 into the 5. We can't counter that, and we, yeah, used up our blocker for a bigger swing, which in hindsight probably shouldn't have. So we could protect something like the Corazon. But I think as long as we have like 3 bodies on board plus our leader next turn, we should be good. Pretty much we had to get through that big hand that they had. We're going to swing on the Inazuma. That's actually fine. Inazuma got the, you know, that initial swing out of the way, they're gonna get rid of the Kuma. Okay, so they were just swinging at our board with Karasu. They don't have a blocker up, so we'll just do this. We will trash the Lindbergh, go bam, bam, bam. And then we swing 7 with Betty. I think every hit has to land. Then we swing 9. And then we swing and pray. Oh no. Okay. Well, at least they don't have any life left, so unless they drop like a Katakuri or something, we should be good. Because pretty much next turn we just have to swing big. We just have to make it to next turn. But they have to hit me 4 times and not worry about my board in order to make that happen. With 2 cards in hand in the board state that they have, I mean, they just have to focus. Ooh, okay. It does get rid of the Betty. But, I mean, all it did was give them the extra life. Gadatsu into the Sanji, that's fine. Now we pray we hit like a Sanji off of life. And they're not going to give it to me. And we can't, yeah, okay. I don't want to give them a life. So, do we just split and pray? I mean, that's really all we can do, right? Because unless they hit like a crazy trigger, oh no, we can't finish them off. So we should have established a body. But this gets them there. We have 2k counter and then whatever's in life. This might be game. When you play Betty, it shouldn't go this long at all. But I guess like sometimes it's going to, especially when you're not playing like the most optimal build like I tend to do with every deck ever. So they're gonna swing 7 into the 5. That's fine. Okay, cool. This can protect, like, we take life right now. I have no problem taking a hit to life. That was big. 7 into life, we take, okay, that gives us 3k counter. Seven. We take, oh, okay, yeah, no, we're Gucci. Because they're gonna swing the 7, no block. We're gonna give them the cracker, and we'll give them the Kuma. Oh. And that. And they're gonna swing with Yamato, and we just block. And then from here we just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or actually, okay, yeah, rematch. Nope. Alright, we're gonna start this day off with the Betty Mirror. So we're gonna go first. I didn't want to mulligan, but actually this is not a bad hand at all. So on 1, and then I guess we could establish the Inazuma. Yeah, we'll take Kuma actually. Yeah, so then we go Kuma next turn. Wipe out their Betty. Yeah. We are good. They are playing the stage. Interesting. I guess this would be an option. I didn't think about the stage even being a thing. I don't know. I'm not big on stage cards, but we'll go ahead and do this. And get a swing in. They're going to take Trigger the Sanji. Nice. So potentially AK body, depending on if they use leader ability or not. Probably not though, not just for the one swing. Yeah, and then we're on 5. So what? We could Betty Inazuma. I think it's better to establish the Karasu though, because we don't have. Well, let's try to see if we can find an Ivankov. We don't find Ivankov, but we find Morley, which I think would be better to establish for 3. So we'll just swing 6. They get the Lindbergh trigger. So they have double Lindbergh, which means they are going to use leader ability this turn and wipe out 2 of my bodies. That's fine. We have the Inazuma. We'll be on 7 next turn, so we can Karasu and Inazuma. We just need to remember to put the Inazuma down off the rip. They haven't taken any of my life, so we can pretty much take life for free here. We may counter out of 1 with Lindbergh. Also depends on what we get out of life. I'd like to see a Sanji of my own. And speak, and it shall be. Though I probably won't block. Yeah, they're gonna just do this. I'm gonna do this and make sure their leader can't attack. Koala. Okay, they're gonna Kuma the Koala, or the Morley, not Kuma the Koala. And are they gonna swing with their blocker? Probably not, since I have my own blocker established. Yeah. So do I address board? I don't think so. I think we, because we're on 7, so we Karasu. Establish this, trash this, Inazuma, yeah, and then we'll swing with lead. They're gonna have to block one of these. Do they get the trigger? That's always the question. So if they get like another Sanji, then we have to probably switch to take him board. Because we're kind of like in this position of like it's kind of whoever lands all their hits first, and they have a much better board state. Oh, they just take the 5 away, or the 3 away from Sanji. Which then... Wow, okay. That was an interesting power move. And then, yeah, but they don't have cards in hand, so I think we just address the board now. I mean, we kind of have to, right? Because even if I keep the blocker up, they're still gonna... I think they're going Revolutionary Army heavy, and they still have this as well. So we can take 2 hits, possibly counter out If we can live, we can take it, I think. But that's just kind of the question, is like, do we live? And I don't think that we do, because that's an 8K swing. Oh wait, okay, no, that was the cost for this. Okay, and then they are going to 8, 5, 5, 5, and then they have all of this. So it's like, are they, I mean, yeah. Nope, that helps us none. It's a 1K. So we have 4K counter. If they swing just 8, then we're good. But then they swing with leader and it's game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then they just load up on the Lindbergh, swing, get rid of the Betty. I should have kept my blocker up. GG. Alright, we got Betty versus Corazon. This should be interesting. I'm okay with this hand. Because we can do this. We'll go ahead and get the Corazon. On 3. They played nothing. So... I think... instead of getting 2, I want to keep Betty on board if possible for right now. So we'll just swing 8. That way, if for some reason they decide to counter out on that first life, which they shouldn't, we'd be getting cards. They're at 8 cards in hand. Next turn we're on 5, so we could Corazon, Pika. So you can set it as active. Yeah, we'll use the trigger here. Trash the Brulee. That gives us another body. We could actually Inazuma here for 3. Or we could get rid of the Pika. No, because it's got to be 2,000 or less. So I think we play the Inazuma for 3. Yeah. And then we'll trash the Kuma. Bam, bam, bam. Swing the 7, 8, 5, and 5, so we can get 6. 6, 7. I know you're supposed to go highest to lowest, but I think it's fine. Then we'll go 8. Pass. And then on 6, they're gonna go 5 into the 4. I think I'll protect. I mean, they're gonna probably swing Pika, but if they swing their 6K into my 4K, then that's fine. That is completely okay. Blocker. And then another blocker after they get done sorting their cards. And then what? We're on 7 next turn. We can Karasu. We can swing our Betty into baby 5 for free if we wanted to, but I don't think that's the move. Oh, we get another Inazuma. How wonderful is that? Because we can Karasu, reduce Inazuma, trash the hormone, go bam, 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 and then swing the 8. They're probably gonna block. No. Okay. Let's swing the 5. Let's swing the 7. And we'll swing the 5. And pass. Yeah, I think we should survive this turn and then take it home next turn. I'll take a couple of life hits, no problem. They're probably going to aim for board. We don't want to get rid of the 1 Revolutionary Army card in hand. So, yeah, okay, that's 1 Dawn down, 1 less body to worry about. Not that, I mean, like, they could. So they do play the blocker law, pop that back. Oh, they're going to rest my Karasu. Okay. I know this is kind of how Corazon works. It's like block her up and then we run the chance of not drawing a Revolutionary Army type card. So I'd really prefer if they don't starve me here. 7 into the 5. I guess I have to give it up. They only have 1 blocker out. I mean, honestly, they're gonna block once. I think we do this and just go ahead and power these guys up. So 5, 7, so 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, and 9. So we'll go 9. That's what? A bunch of cards they have to give up. Then we'll go 9. GG. Oh, they disconnected. Okay, well, we took that one. Alright, we're going to play against Red Purple Luffy. We're going to go first. We'll keep. And Betty, Ivanka. Oh, Karasu, though. I think we actually take the Karasu. Pass. Because it'll enable us to be able to bring them down to 5 at least for a turn. Here we will probably keep the 3 up for this, I think. So we can cheat out a character whenever they swing on us inevitably. Yeah. We'll try to cheat out the Karasu and start taking advantage of it. So they're gonna Nami. What are they gonna get though? Rush Zoro. And then they're gonna swing that. No block. We're going to do this and play out the Karasu. And then for 3, they're gonna play the Rush Zoro and swing again. which that one we'll just take. Yep. Yep. Alright, we're set up for this turn. Then we'll play out Inazuma for 3. We can trash what? The Lindbergh. I mean, technically we could play Kuma and get rid of the Nami. Oh, I should have gave Inazuma. Okay, that's fine. We can still pump it to 6. Karasu. Bring it down to 5. So I can swing for free on it as well. So I mean, like, this is kind of like optimal Betty beginning, which is why there are much more optimal builds. We'll swing 5. That way if they're going to counter out, they go ahead and counter out. Yep. Okay, we got rid of a 5 kid. Not going to complain about that. We'll go 6. And then we'll go 8 into the Zoro. And pop. Oh, we still get to pop Nami. I forgot about Lindbergh's effect. So, I mean, this is, yeah. And then next turn, we can play Koala if we want. At this point, unless they drop like 2 Zoros, we just take life. We can protect a card. Like, we have 1 counter we can use, which would be probably the Kuma. I just don't see a world where they can hit me with enough on 6 Dawn, because they can't ramp with leader ability yet. They want a 7 into... Yeah, that's fine. I'll let them take that. They're gonna with 5. Oh, blocker queen. Cool. Cool, cool. Cycle some cards. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope for a Karasu top deck. We get, I don't know, Vonkov. Doesn't quite get us there. I mean, I think we need to establish a body. And a Vonkov is probably going to be that body. Establishing 2 bodies doesn't make sense. Not right now, at least. Like, we want to keep some counter power and cards to discard as well. So I think what we do, we'll trash the Kuma, pump up our cards, we'll swing 6, so we can keep 4 for a Vonkov just to like establish it if we need to. But I don't think we need to, actually. I think we just need to like get cards out of their hand. You're 6, so this makes you 8. No, 9. My bad. I can totally math. You take the last life. And then you block here, lose the queen. Or are you going to try to keep the queen on board? So, oh wait, I don't have a target. My bad. I mean, if you have the counter, I would counter. But that's like 3 cards out of hand too. Oh, they disconnected. All right, well, we took that one as well. So Belo Betty's just really fun, and when it pops off, it pops off. What do they have in hand? Joro, 10 cost Luffy. Yeah, they just didn't have much counter power. Okay. Alright, well that was the video with Belo Betty. Like I said at the beginning, this deck was not meant to be the most optimal competitive build out there by any means. It was just to have some fun with a different build other than the same kind of cookie cutter build I've been seeing with this deck. I know there's been a lot of speculation, hype around this deck with people seeing like just how in your face punch to the gut it can be. But yeah, like I've already said a million times in this video, I played this deck so much. I'm not like trying to say like I'm the best at the deck, but I played a pretty cookie cutter, straightforward build of this with testing during my month-long break and even before that. And I get bored with decks very easily. I don't like playing the same thing like constantly. I like testing the waters and seeing what the possibilities are of different tech cards and things like that. Even if it's bad, I still like, I would rather know through testing that it was bad rather than just looking at a card being like, oh, that's bad, because there's so many times that it's come up that, you know, people are just like, oh, that card's bad, and then all of a sudden it gets teched in like by somebody who goes top 4 or even wins an event, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, you know, I thought that card was gonna be bad, but actually works pretty well. And you don't figure out if cards work well or not unless you test them out. So, not saying that I'm going to be the mega mind big brain genius that breaks all the cards or anything. I like testing the waters. I like finding the little cheeky maneuvers with cards that, you know, maybe not everybody thinks about. But yeah, all in all, this deck is really fun. I think it has the potential for many different builds, even with the limited card pool that we have, even though the card pool will be forever expanding as long as the One Piece card game is a thing. And right now it looks like we, much like this deck, are hitting all gas, no brakes with the card game, which is great to see. I really appreciate you if you made it to this part of the video. Since coming back to making videos, everything's been going really well. The purple Luffy video, I don't understand why, but it's doing phenomenal. I think it's probably the fastest, like, well-received video that I've ever put out, and I just from the bottom of my heart really appreciate it. The Enel video I think was a little bit rushed, but you know, it's getting a little bit of traction. I hope you guys enjoyed this one with Belo Betty, even though it wasn't, you know, the most top tier, gonna break the meta type video. Just thanks for watching in general, it means a ton, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments what else you might want to see me do. And anyways, with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Later, pirates.